Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Whiskey Wednesday night, a special night of randomness. We'll tell you what that means in a little bit, but welcome to the show, everybody. Hope everyone's had a great week so far. Welcome to Wednesday night hump day, as we're going to drink some fun whiskeys tonight, have a little fun with the chat, with all of you watching. You're going to get a chance to win some prizes. And yeah, I just thought I'd do something a little bit different tonight. So, be a fun way to interact with you guys, and also try some good whiskeys, maybe try some not so great whiskeys, give you guys a chance to maybe give me some suggestions for a couple of live double bass matchups, maybe even a triple bass matchup. Who knows what beholds us on the wheel of randomness, which I will show you guys a little bit later. Where not only are there some fun choices on there, but also a chance for you guys to win something. So, and this is, no super chat necessary. All you have to do is click the link on the top of the chat, and feel free to drop in your information in there. I will pull those names later. So, however many times we win on a spot that has a possibility to win something, one of the names will be chosen from that random list. So, just a nice, cool way to give back to you guys and just to have a little fun tonight. So, but we'll go through all those choices in a little bit. But yeah, welcome to the show. It's been a fun week, but already a fast week. Can't believe it's Wednesday already. And I'm like surrounded by bottles, and this is either going to go really well or it's going to be a mess, but I think it's going to be fun. So what is going on, people in the chat? Let me say hi to some folks. What do we got here? We got EJ's in the house. What's up, EJ? Nice to see you. Travis Robeson is here. Hit the like button on the way in. That's right. Please hit the like button and watch the train wreck that's about to ensue. We'll see what happens, Travis. Hopefully it's not too bad. Let's see. Randall Erickson, first in line for the bourbon random mess. Cheers to all of you. Yep. Now, either he meant to type ness and it came out mess, but either way, he might be right. Nathan Jurgensen, what's going on? Oh, he's got the PFG in the Glen. That's freaking good. Four Leaf Whiskey is here. What's going on, Stacy? Nice to see you. We got Joey B in the house from the Drumline. Top Jimmy, what is going on? Sandeep Chima is here. What's up, Sandeep? Happy Master Drum Live Day. Sipping a little Bardstown Origin High week to start the night in a new M&D Glen. Cheers all. Hell yeah, Warren. Love to hear that. Warren, are you getting all that citrus that I was getting on the blind that I posted yesterday? That thing just became so orangey to me, which is kind of a Green River thing. Green River, Bardstown, Green River is like the apricot. Bardstown is like this heavy citrus in a lot of their stuff. I feel like that's where like their profile is kind of going, at least for the weeded, Green River is what I'm talking about. Not just the regular bourbons can get either like really cherry, really maple syrup. But I think there's some citrus there too to be found. But it's an interesting profile that we see developing out of them. Let's see. We got Ham Turkey in the house. Norman Conklin is here. Mike Daly. Cheers. It's almost baseball season. JD14 in the glass. I'm in love. That's right. My New York Mets tee off tomorrow. So do a lot of other teams. We'll see how the season goes. Anytime there's high expectations for a New York Mets team, they usually underperform. So, like last year was a nice surprise. Everyone thought they were just going to keep sucking until the end of the year, and they made it all the way to the NL championship. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. Now we got Soto, and there's expectations, and usually the Mets don't perform well when there's expectations. Justin Jenkins is here. What is going on? Let's see. We got Mike Daly. Tim Cornet, what's going on? Night Method is here. Larry 3R is in the house. We got A-Brod. We got Michael Speakerman. Mark Gillikin is here. Mrs. EJ is here. EJ's better half. How you doing, Mrs. EJ? Nice to see you. Big 11, Found North batch 11 tonight. Oh, we're about to get into this Found North batch 11. He has Found North batch 10 there. This 11, you guys are going to want to hear about this one. I wasn't too crazy about the last batch, but this one, it's a little bit of a different animal. We'll get into that in a little bit here. Tim Romero's here. Tim Jurgensen. He's got the Wild Turkey 70th in the Mash and Drum Glen tonight. Love that. Maurizio Pastenes is here. What's going on, Maurizio? Sean Ortega's here. New Riff Single Barrel in the Glen tonight. Whiskey Juice Are you ready for a night of randomness? Yeah, maybe. Ben Drammond is here. What's up, Ben? JG, James Lay, pork chop Milanese. Oh, I could go for some Milanese. Sounds good, man. Josh Fritz is here. Aaron Vickers, Justin Van D is here. We only have 230 people in the chat. More people jumping in. Dr. Sped is here. What's up, Doc? David Smith is here. We got Michael J. Let the show begin. The Bourbon Coach. Salute to all you. Some new Penelope weeded in the Glen tonight. LFG. Love it. Whiskey Knows. What's going on? Whiskey Knows. Marty Party's in the house, guys. Give him a subscribe. Matt's pals, not on the sip tonight, but excited for the content. Okay. Adam Hess is here. Let's see. Anthony Locklear. JD Barrelproof and Barrelproof Rye. The Whiskey Juice is here. Paolo Croc Dadon is here. LFG. Lane Rushing is here. What's up, Lane? Nice to see you, man. Ian Knepp. He's ready. Bourbon for Bacon. Dustin Bosick is here. Kenneth Clark. What's up, Kenneth? Nice to see you as always. Eliaki is here. Wilderness Trail Weeded, Single Barrel, and Johnny Tobacco Knot, Connecticut. Oh, okay. I like that pairing. That sounds good. John Walker is here. What's up, John? Nice to see you, man. J370 is here. Jeff Perkins, Adam Hinson, James R. Valentovich is here. Keith Stepansky, John Legalbo, Jeremy Dirks, and a lot more people coming in. Jason Crude is here. What's going on? Raging Irishman, Thomas McCown, and I'm just going to keep going on to the bottom here because I can't catch up. Whiskey Habit says, Jay, great weeder comparison, but would have loved to see the holiday be the Rickhouse proof. I don't think it would have been fourth. No, so Whiskey Habit, that's a good point. So tomorrow's video, you're going to see Weller Foolproof versus the Ben Holiday Rickhouse proof versus what was the third one? Larceny Barrel proof, just a random bottle that was selected, versus Green River Foolproof Weeded. I had a little bit of a sample left, versus Maker's Mark 46 cast strength. So it's kind of it's a quintuple base. I don't know how you say when there's 5 drams instead of 4, when there's 5 pours, but that one will be dropping tomorrow. So you guys will see. That's a fun, the results were pretty interesting. So you guys will, that one is going to be tomorrow because I wanted to save the Rickhouse proof to go against the Weller Foolproof and see how that worked out. Just because there's so many good weeded bourbons on the market. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some lesser known weeded bourbons, like I think one from ASW, one from Driftless Glen, a couple of the craftier weeded bourbons, go against the winner of that one and see how they hold up. So just a lot of fun, cool blinds and some great ideas I've gotten from the community. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, we just hit 97,000 and 97.1 pretty quickly. So, yeah, we're getting closer, man. It's going to happen. I can't wait. K. Luke is in the house. What is going on, K. Luke? K. Luke, Jonathan, I didn't get your new batch of samples, I don't think, for your K. Luke's, but I don't know if you sent them but yeah, if there are still some hanging around, get them to me. I'm curious. I've heard some good reviews about batch. What is it, 11 that you're up to? So yeah, let me know. Yeah, K. Luke, your bourbon is great choices for the blinds tonight. Thanks, says Rusty Conway. Frey Ranch Weeded is awesome. Oh, I don't have that one. Is that kind of available? Because I only see the rye and the regular Frey Ranch. I don't think I've seen the weeded. Oh, Baker's 13 in the glass. There you go. K. Luke, love your stuff. What about that Nashville Barrel Company pick that's still available? Could you do a re-tasting? The Mash and Journey one? I could. K. Luke says batch 11 is already on the way. Oh, awesome. Cool. Jason, what up? Sipping iced tea tonight, but should probably grab a pour. Nice. 100K, Jason, I predict by June 2025. Yeah, I'm going to keep pulling out these cool comparison videos. People seem to really love them, especially when you're talking about affordable, findable bourbon. Right now, it's kind of a quiet time. There's not a lot of crazy new releases happening. So I feel like this is a great time to kind of dive into some of those comparisons. See if I honestly thought yesterday that Weller 107 was going to lose to the Bardstown High Wheat. But when I kept comparing it back and forth, Weller 107 was just really good. I don't know if it's that particular bottle I have. I've had bottles that aren't as great as others. You know, there could be a little bit of a flavor drift here and there, batch to batch. But yeah, I thought Bardstown was winning that thing. And But once I got the citrus in the one of them, I had a feeling that was the Bardstown, but the Weller 107 was just richer and darker and had that cherry note that I love, and it just went. But the full proof, we'll see what happens with that one. So Jason needs to revisit the Woodinville pick that's still available. Oh yeah. You know what, guys? If I do an after party tonight, maybe I'll dive into some of those. That might be a good idea. If I could still drink anything, we'll see what happens. This is there could be a lot going down the hatch tonight. We'll see. So we're drinking Weeders tonight. No, we're not drinking Weeders. We're drinking some random stuff. Next will be Buffalo Trace. Amburon will be Jason's Jam. I don't think that'll ever happen. All right, so this is what's going to happen tonight. So basically, I came up with a wheel, a random wheel with different categories on it. And let me show you the wheel here. I think I should be able to, let's see, share screen. Let me see. Hopefully this works. Yep, there it is. Okay, so you guys are seeing it. So as you can see, in the wheel of randomness, I have several categories. So you'll see Ask Jason C a question, chat picks a double bass matchup, drink a random sample, drink an Irish whiskey, drink a scotch, old bottle versus new bottle, MGP versus MGP, win a Mash and Drum hoodie, favorite Mash and Drum single barrel, favorite Mash and Journey single barrel of 2024, drink Malort, open a new bottle that I haven't opened yet, win a Mash and Drum glass, retry a bottle you disliked, win some Drifting Drams coffee, or a unicorn head-to-head. So those are all the options I have in here tonight, and that's the reason why I had you guys filling out that form, because if it happens to land on an M&D glass or a hoodie or something like that, somebody in the chat that fills it out will win one of those things. So I don't know how many I'm going to do. It depends on how many the wheel lands on. But those are going to be all the categories. It'll be kind of a cool way for you guys to interact. You can ask a question. If you want me to actually drink an Irish whiskey or drink a scotch, or God forbid Malort comes up, or just do a random blind, you know, we'll see what it lands on. And that is why it is a wheel of randomness. So it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think these categories should be crowdsourced from Patreon. Yeah, Justin Jenkins, I tried that already. You guys were of little help, but appreciate it. You need a rant wedge. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I could do that right now. Hold on. I would just need to think of something to rant about. Jason rant. Nice. Okay, that one's added. All right, so we'll get to that in a little bit, but first and foremost, let's get to this new sample I got from Found North. Found North was kind enough to send this out. The Found North batch 11, aged 18 years, and the old bottle cam is back. There it is, guys. Found North batch 11, aged 18 years. Not a deep dark color on it, but the maturation for this is pretty interesting. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. Rooting for Malort. Nathan Jurgensen, yeah, I liked your ideas, but ranking my favorite patrons, I think would have been a dangerous game. That was Nathan's idea, folks. Rank your favorite patrons. Okay, yeah, that'll be great. JG says, don't worry, I know all the rant categories. Oh, Jesus. Rant about the new Heaven Hill special limited group thing. Oh, Todd, I did hear about that. You know, I might save that one because I'm trying to do an event there this year, Todd. So maybe I won't be mean about it just yet. Maybe after the event, we could talk about it. All right. So Found North cast strength whiskey. Batch 11 is comprised of 6 corn components, 2 different ryes, and lastly, a single new wood cask of the Peregrine First Flight. So by using the 18-year, 23-year, and 24-year corn components, aged in new wood, as well as the Peregrine new wood cask, we get multiple expressions of oak and baking spice. It is like a quartet of voices singing the same notes across multiple octaves. Oh, that's a way to explain it. All right, I'm not going to read all these off. Let's see if this camera can kind of get all the components here for you guys. All right, yep, there it is. Ooh, good job, camera. these are all the components in this thing. 18-year corn, 18-year corn and ex-bourbon, 20-year corn and ex-bourbon, 23-year corn, 24, 24, 19-year rye, 19-year rye, and then the first flight in new wood. I mean, this thing is stacked. Then you get to the grain rating, or the grain ratio, I should say. 91 corn, 8% rye, 1% malted barley. As you can see, it comes in 129.8 proof, and that will be the MSRP, because this one's going to be another lottery from Found North, but they're doing this a little bit differently. So let's get into this one, guys. Let me know what's in your glass, and let's get the Night of Randomness started. Here we go. Hey, could you upload the link to donate the bottles for charity? Oh, yes, I could do that. You know what? I'm surprised that's not up right now. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll drop this in here, guys. We already have 12 donations for the Blendageddon 7 Finals charity bottle submission. 12 amazing people have already donated something to the cause, and we are going to. I'm going to drop this in the chat again. If you guys feel like putting in your charity bottle, whatever you want to donate, this is the link you need to fill out in order to do that. So for anyone filling out, again, you don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, please feel free and go for it. Let's see. K-Luke 11 right now. Rant videos are underrated, says Keith Stefanski. All right. Let's get into this. So the first thing I noticed when I got this bottle, or got this sample, I should say, this glass, and it may sound like a thing you hear a lot, but it really is true with this whiskey. You have to let it sit in the glass for a few minutes before you taste it. It just, because in the beginning, it almost comes off very rye heavy, even though there's only 8% rye in the mash bill, when they figure out the ratio. It's earthy, it's woody, there's a little bit of like a sandalwood vibe in it, but once it opens up, the vanilla, the rye, and all that wood spice that Found North is known for all comes out of here. This one's nice. I like this better than the last one. Was it the Hoverhawk or the Peregrine? I don't know. This one just has a little bit more of a, I don't know. It just seems like it's an unfiltered, unfinished, just a really cool blended whiskey. So let's give this let's give this a try. Sorry, guys. Cheers. Stuart Butcher, I haven't tried the 11 yet, but if anybody in the chat wants to help out Stuart, let him know how that is. This thing is a beast. Not only do you get full flavor, all those wood sugars, the spice on this, and the finish goes on for weeks. Usually I say days, but this finish is like weeks. It just goes and it goes and it lingers. It just, what do I say? It keeps the needle on the record the entire way through. It just keeps going. The bourbon jerk is here. I like that Hoverhawk quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't mind the Hoverhawk, but for my palate, this is where it's at, man. This is like, it's in your face. It's spicy, long, lingering finish. There's some sweetness there. You get, even though it's a little bit of rye, you get the rye in there. This type of a blend is what really excites me. This is cool. And the more you sip it, the sweeter it gets. It has like this really heavy vanilla custard type note that kind of drops right in the mid palate. And then as it gets going, really the age is what starts showing through as well. Now, I wouldn't call this like traditional, like an oak profile you would get from like a high age bourbon. I think the oak comes through in here of like wood spice. And I feel like there are a little bit of tannins here that you also pick up. It's a little bit pop rocky, sparkly, whatever you want to call it, almost effervescent, where it comes off like it feels a little bit carbonated. This thing is all over the place on the palate. I love this one. So details for this one. From what I remember, this is the lottery for this opens on April 1st at noon Eastern time. Let's see. We also have made a small modification to the lottery system. I don't know. What did they do? Your odds will continue to double every time you enter a lottery and are not selected. This will continue until you win a release, at which point your odds reset. Okay, that's cool. However, going forward, your odds of winning the next Peregrine release will double every time you enter a lottery, regardless of whether you win or lose. This change will favor folks who participate in our lotteries and lower the odds for flippers who are trying to cherry pick Peregrine for resale. Oh, well done. So it'll open, like I said, on April 1st, and will close 48 hours later on April 3rd at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So that is when you can enter if you guys want to try this one. This is one of the better. This is one of the better Found Norths that I've had in quite a while. I dig this one. Finally found a spot near me that's going to get the Found North. Oh, nice. Oh, we got franchises here. What's up, Friar Pop? Wow, OHLQ should take some notes. You're not wrong, John. You're not wrong. I love exponentially groaning probabilities. I don't know. World's Worst Bourbon Channel. I love exponentially growing probabilities. Growing probabilities, I'm guessing. Yes, we all love growing probabilities. K. Luke, thanks up, Jimmy. We put a ton of time and love into crafting each batch. Yeah, this is so good. This is one that you could sit with. You could kind of dissect each time you take a sip. This is a very layered, great whiskey. So I'm definitely putting my name in the hat for this one. So if you guys do, good luck to you. So I'm just going to keep sipping on this because it's really good. And while I'm sipping through this, I want to run through some of the news stories real quick, show you some new labels, and then we'll get into the wheel of randomness when all the craziness will happen tonight. So let's see. World's Worst. What's people saying here? Cheers. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Richie Z is in the house. What's up, Richie Z? Nice to see you. Buffalo bourbon enthusiast. What is going on? I still haven't opened my 10 or my Peregrine or Helldiver. Love Found North. All right. Let's get into some of the news stories here. Not a ton to go through, but a couple of really cool labels that a lot of people were interested in really did pop up last week on the TTB. So first and foremost, let's talk about this bottle. This is the first Booker's of 2025, and it's an homage to former Beam chairman Barry Barish. So this whiskey was aged for 7 years, 2 months, and 4 days before being bottled at 125.7 proof. The bourbon was selected by 7th generation master distiller Fred No, son of former distiller Booker No, who launched the Booker's lineup back in 1987. So this pays tribute to former Beam chairman and CEO Barry Barish, who passed away last year. He worked at the company for over 40 years, famously helping oversee its acquisition of national distillers in the late 1980s. By the time he left the company in 97, Jim Beam was the largest distilled spirits company in the U.S. and the 5th largest in the world. Each bottle of Barry's batch features a short blurb reminiscing on an event commemorating their 200th anniversary. Barish invited everyone in the audience named Jim Beam to join him on stage. The blurb adds, with a cheeky touch, I can still see him surrounded by dozens of those Jims beaming. That's kind of nice. Okay, usually, and in true Jim Beam form, tasting notes, aromas of vanilla and sweetness with a balanced finish. That's all you get. Retail price, $100. Jim Beam is just the best with tasting notes. It's like oak, vanilla, a blend of balancing beautiful bourbon flavors and notes, and that you don't even get that much. It's like oak, wood, vanilla. Go get out of here. Go buy it. That's what you basically get from Beam. All right, let's go to this barrel. So Barrel Craft Spirits, which I think absolutely killed it with their double barrel release. Absolutely love that. That's going to be another. That's going to be another one of my mashup episodes where I'm going to be putting some double oaked favorites next to each other. So that'll be fun. But on Friday, Barrel Craft Spirits expanded its cask finish series with a new expression finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry barrels. It's the latest in an unconventional series that's previously recruited help from ice wine, Mizunara, Jamaican rum, and my favorite Amburana to finish the brand's blended whiskeys. The expression begins with a blend of 9 and 10-year-old Kentucky bourbons, 7 and 15-year-old bourbons from Tennessee, and 6, 7, 8, and 12-year-old bourbons from Indiana. The end result comes out to a mash bill of 80 corn, 16 rye, and 4 malted barley that's finished in a sherry cask for an undisclosed amount of time. This will be 115.52 proof. Suggested retail price here, $84.99, so $85 for that one. Not too bad. That double oaking and some of the other blends that Barrel has done with their finishes, I think have been really, really good. It just depends on what you like. Some of their finishes can be pretty heavy. Some of them are a little bit better integrated, but a lot of people love PX Sherry. It's got a lot of sweetness, a lot of sugary sweet, rich red fruit notes kind of combined with that mix of bourbons. Could be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to trying that one. Okay. We already talked about this one. Hey, for you pineapple heads, check this out. Yeah, that's right. Jim Beam Pineapple. Speaking of Jim Beam and their ever growing amount of whiskey releases, they have recruited pineapple for its first flavored spirit in 4 years. Jim Beam expanded its flavored whiskey catalog with a new pineapple offering. It's set to be the brand's first new flavored product in 4 years, and its latest release following the debut of Jim Beam Winter Reserve last October. This will be 32.5% ABV, and it'll just be $20. So, whatever. Good mixer. If you like the pineapples, go for it. I did like the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. That was actually a pretty damn good bottle for $20. I got to give them kudos on that. All right, let's find out what we saw on the TTB this week. Here is the big one. The next Parker's Heritage label has dropped, and as you can see, it's aged 11 years. American Kentucky Straight Whiskey Cask Strength, 122.5 proof. I don't know if that's the actual proof. That could be for position only, as I usually say. Now, 11 years on the surface may be disappointing to you, but here are the actual stats if you look at the back label. So it's comprised of 15-year-old wheated bourbon, 11-year-old corn whiskey, and 12-year-old whiskey made from only 2 grains, rye and malt. This blend was created by marrying each together post-aging. The resulting whiskey is a sensory experience unlike any other, where the earthiness of malt and the sweetness of the corn whiskey are unified with soft spices and nuttiness and all the good stuff, complexity, rich mouthfeel, all the good things. Okay, so quick reactions to that. What do you guys think? You guys think it's excited for that one? Hearing those components, what do you think? I mean, I know it's hard to find a Parker's in the wild in the first place, but I'm just saying overall from a whiskey standpoint, how do you guys feel about that blend? Are you into it? Are you meh about it? What do you think? Let's see. Winter Reserve was only $10 in Indiana. Damn. With sense of pineapple. Yuck. Barrel PX. Yep. We got all of that. Top Jimmy gifting 10 Mash and Drum memberships. Top Jimmy. Did I just say memberships? I think I did. Memberships. We haven't even started drinking yet. That's not a good sign. Top Jimmy gifted 10 Mash and Drum memberships to the chat. Guys, if you just got a membership from Top Jimmy, please thank him in the chat. And thank you, Top Jimmy, for always being so gifting. He's always dropping gifting. I love it. Not sure about that one, says Keith Stepansky. Dustin says nopers. I love that Parker's is doing really different ideas for these. I get bored with traditional cask strength bourbon sometimes. I agree. I kind of, this is one of those that can either be good, great, okay, maybe terrible. Parker's Heritages are never really terrible. Well, aside from the orange one, that orange Curacao one was pretty bad. I mean, I know a very small, I can count on one hand the people that actually really like that release. Not a lot of people like that one, but other than that, Parker's Heritage has a pretty damn good track record. Sounds good to me. What's up, Corn Whiskey? Whiskey Nose. Drumline. Member hits. Albert Malone's. Cheers. There you go. Thanks, Top Jimmy. Jared Katner says Parker sounds interesting, but I'll never see one. Yeah, that's really, the crux of it. I can only dream. He's at least the best Jimmy for sure. Wheel of Randomness sounds like a great SCTV skit. Sounds good on paper, which is the only place I'll see one, so I'm sure it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably have to overpay for one. Oh, actually, I get samples from Heaven Hill now, so maybe I'll get a sample. That's true. I forgot. I got on the sample list right when the last Parker's Heritage release happened last year, which was the 14-year recharred cognac malt finish. So that one was so I should get a sample of that hopefully and get to taste it and see if I want to spend a whole crap ton of money on it. We'll see. They'll probably resell for around 300 when it cools down, similar to where the Cognac 14 is now. Yeah, that's true. You know, we'll have to see where that market goes. Okay, let's go to this one. This is the other one that was stirring up the whiskey webs. Russell's Reserve Single Rickhouse. That's right. The next one is it's in the hopper, guys, and we're looking at Camp Nelson E, matured on the 5th floor. I almost said matured on the floor 5, which wouldn't have made sense, but matured on floor 5, Camp Nelson E, which I think it could be arguably the second favorite rick house in the Camp Nelson, collection. A lot of people generally go towards the F, but there have been a lot of E's that have hit the market in the last year or two, via single barrel picks, Kentucky Spirits, just a lot of Camp Nelson E's were roaming around. A lot of people love that rick house. The fact that it's in on the 5th floor could mean a nice high proof for us. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, that bottle, again, you're looking at $300 to $350 retail for that one, which I still don't understand, being that Russell's 15 is $250. Why single rick house $300 to $350? It's usually not that. It's not like single rick house. I think the last one was 10 years, 11 years old. None of the releases have gotten up to 15. The Camp Nelson F is clearly the winner of all of them so far. But this Camp Nelson E has me intrigued. That could be a special batch, but we'll see how that one goes. Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Do they have a D? I think they do have a D. I don't know what comes out of the D, but we'll see. I'll take 3 of the CNEs. I think that one's gonna be a popular one. Camp Nelson E and Camp Nelson F, probably, like I said, the 2 most popular. So Camp Nelson C is defunct. They're not even using that rick house anymore. So we'll see what happens. I've been nursing the F, hoping to find a 13 this year. You're gonna have 2 shots to get a 13 this year. It's releasing twice. You're gonna have a spring batch and a fall batch. So hopefully soon the first one will drop. We'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Okay. And I think I only have a couple more here. It looks like Woodford Reserve can't stop, won't stop with the distillery reserves. This one, they're dropping a 12-year-old American single malt whiskey. 12 years old. I mean, it's amazing that they even have American single malt this old, but again, proof down to 90.4. I mean, you got to start somewhere. Man, if that was a higher proof, I might be more interested. But 12 years old is an impressive age statement for any American single malt. So, speaking of American single malt, this is from Town Branch. And they're like, you know what, Woodford, hold my beer. We're going to release a 16-year-old. So this is a 16-year bottled and bond single malt. I think I read that correctly, right? Single malt. Yes, Kentucky single malt. There it says right over the word whiskey. So, Woodford's like, yep, we're going to come out with this, and it's going to be so good. And then Town Branch is like, you know what? Ours is going to be 16 years old and 100 proof. So take that, Woodford. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Done and done. All right, guys, that's it. That's all the labels. That's the news. How does American single malt sell overseas, or not enough data yet? I don't think any of it sells overseas quite yet. I'm trying to think of the brands that are overseas. Four Roses, they don't have an American single malt. Wild Turkey, they don't have an American single malt. Jim Beam, they have that one American single malt. I don't know if they're sending that overseas. I hope not. That would give American single malt a bad name. Who else? I so don't care about Town Branch. Still the worst ball I ever had, says Jeff Wimbush. A lot of people hate Town Branch. It's yeah. Claremont Steep doesn't count. Exactly, Jason. Yeah, Deep Impact versus Armageddon all over again. Yeah, I know. Town Branch and Woodford Reserve going at it. My word. Scott Jacobson has an interesting question for the chat. Check this out, guys. Hey, guys, random question, but if you had the choice between the Four Roses 21, 22, 23 limited editions and price wasn't a factor, what would you guys pick? That's a pretty good Which year was the 135th? Was that 2021? Yeah, the 135th. 2021. That's the one. Yep, 2021. Talk to a rep at Green River. Try talk him into bringing up a single malt. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. Yeah, you want the 135th. Oh, 2023 was the 135th. Yeah, but the 2021, I believe, I think that was my whiskey of the year, one of those years. Let me see what I wrote down here. Yeah, 2021, Four Roses LE. Yep. Get the 21. That was my whiskey of the year that year. Do it. 21 it is. There's your answer. Yeah, Bourbon Bell. I don't think that's in the cards to get a 2012. Absolutely. Okay. All right, guys, it's time. I'm gonna take one more sip of this. I'm gonna get ready. And it's Wheel of Randomness time. Oh dear Lord, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, 2023 is awesome as well. If you go with any of those two, you'll be fine. Spin the wheel of Malort. All right. Again, well, let me see how you guys are doing with the we got 138 people in the chat that have filled in the responses. Awesome. All right. That's a lot of folks. Now, all right, let me get to the wheel. Let me get back to the wheel here. All right, we are back in. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. And again, as stated before, the categories are, sorry, a little drama here. Ask Jason C a question. Chat picks a double base matchup. Drink a random sample. Drink an Irish whiskey. Drink a Scotch. Old bottle versus new bottle. So what that means, it's like I would take an old Wild Turkey 101, put it against the current one. Maybe Old Forester 1920 versus an older one versus a newer one. Stuff like that. That's what that means. MGP versus MGP, whether it be a rye or a bourbon, which one comes out on top. Win a Mash and Drum hoodie. Favorite Mash and Drum single barrel 2024. Drink Malort. Open a new bottle. Win a Mash and Drum glass. Retry a bottle you disliked. Win some Drifting Drams coffee. A unicorn head-to-head. So that would be like, George T. Stagg versus King Kentucky, just some unicorns. Or a Jason rant. So let's shuffle them up and let's spin the wheel. Let's see what happens on the Night of Randomness. Spin number 1. No Malort, no Malort, no Malort, no Malort, no Malort. Oh, the first one. Win. All right. So somebody lucky in the chat is winning in a Mash and Drum glass. Let me actually write this down here. We got Mash and Drum glass, hoodie, and coffee. Those are the 3 things you can win. So far we have 1 glass winner. All right. Let's shuffle it up again and let's give it another spin. Congrats, chat. Somebody in the chat just won a glass. Oh my God, Jason Rant. Of course, the last one I had. This is where we're at. All right. JG, since you said you had some ideas, what do you want me to rant about? JG, oh my God, look, he's already Laser Codes, Oakley Marketing, Blue Run, Bourbon Bubble, Mets, Falcons, Yankees, Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, Jim Beam. Oh my God, this is nuts. Beam SKUs, Booker's Tasty Notes, Amburana, and Go. So all of that? Oh my God. I mean, we could do a nice little Blue Run rant. It's been a while, right? We could talk about Blue Run a little bit, right? They're kind of off the grid. All right, so listen. But let me change up here. All right. I just want everybody to know in the beginning when Blue Run came out and I was making fun of their marketing, I was making fun of all their bougie bottle designs. I was making fun of, what did I say in a video? I said that if when it comes to Blue Run and their butterflies, you can keep the net. Like, I don't want to catch any butterflies. I was over it. So I just want everybody to know that I was right. I was right what they were going to do. I saw right through their bullshit. I saw through their marketing, the beautiful heritage that we're going to honor while we're bringing the new stuff to the masses. It was all bullshit. It was a bunch of guys that had some money that wanted to invest when the whiskey market was hot, which is what they did. They invested their money. It got very hot. People were kind of all over it for a little bit of amount of time. And I said that these guys, once somebody comes in and buys them, we're never going to see them again. And guess what? Coors came in, bought them up, and nobody has seen shit from Blue Run. In Blue Run fashion, they took the money and they Blue Run. And Blue Ran, I should say. They Blue Ran. So yeah, anybody that was thought, Jason, you're crazy, I was right, because they're all full of shit, and so was their marketing. It was every contrived piece of marketing shit that we've seen, all wrapped up into one brand. Now, it sucks because Jim Rutledge, one of the greatest master distillers of all time, was kind of wrapped up in all this. And this is nothing on him. He's still a legend. But unfortunately, the Blue Run people that he got in with they had a very quick make money, fast marketing scheme. I think it worked for the most part. They got a shit ton of money from Coors, and now they're gone. So, you know what? I would have respected them more if the guys that started Blue Run would have stayed on and started bringing out some of their own stuff with that giant, almost like an Apple headquarters type of distillery that they were going to build. Now, I know that was a long shot, but my goodness gracious, I would have respected them more if they actually got bought out by Coors, stayed, maybe did a little bit more R&D, aged up their whiskey, and then brought out some more stuff. Because at that point, you got more volume, you could lower the prices a little bit, and maybe Blue Run ends up being a staple and actually a really good whiskey. But that didn't happen because they took the money and they Blue Ran. Rant over. All right. There you go. Now we're going to calm down. We're going to come back. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. All right, let's go with another spin of the wheel. Here we go. Shovel, and spin. Here we go. Hopefully I get to drink something this round. Jeez. Ooh. MGP versus MGP. Oh, I love this one. All right, guys. So a lot of people have been asking me to put some MGPs versus one another. What do you guys want to see? Which brand? Throw out some MGP brands you would like to see go head to head, and I will do it right now. So let's see. What do we got here? Now, I do have some Barrel King here. I have Reveries. I have Pinhook, 9-year. I got MGP everywhere. I have Penelope. What do you guys want to see? Still haven't had Trident Blue Run. Golf clap for the rant. Old Sagamore versus Penelope. Oh, that Pinhook is the bomb. Pingree. Oh, you know what? How about I have a Pingree. I have a Pingree 10-year up there. I could do a Pingree 10 versus the Pinhook 9. How does that sound? Oh, Penelope Estate versus Barrel King. That's kind of good. Oh, 95.5 versus 95.5. We could definitely do that in a little bit for sure. Remus 5 versus Barrel King. That's interesting. Okay. Do I have a Remus 5 still sitting over here? I think I do. This is going to be the other problem is you guys calling out bottles. I have to find them. But I feel like I I do have one right here somewhere. Or did I finish that one? Evernorth versus Barrel King. Got any old bottle of Bell Mead? Oh, I do have an old bottle of Bell Mead. All right, let's do that. All right. Um, Here we go. We're going to do this beautiful old bottle of Bell Me 12 year. Look at that, baby. 12 years old. This is, now it says New York on it because it was from New York, but the juice is all MGP goodness, cask strength. Now I'm going to put this head to head with my Penelope 9-year pick. I'm going to see what comes out on top here. It's kind of old MGP versus new MGP. Let's see what we get. Oh, Reveries. You know what? I could throw Reveries in here. I could do that. I could throw Reveries in the mix too. So for those of you that don't know what Reveries is a line of whiskeys brought to you by Jay over at or better known as Take. He runs the R Bourbon Reddit. He also helps with Shared Pour. So this is his line of whiskeys. These are some specially selected barrels that he did, and it's all NGP. So let's try these three: NGP versus NGP versus NGP. Let's see if the old school, my New York bottle can come out on top here. Oh man. Wayne Arnold, River Roots, 10.5 year, 95.5. I do have one of those over there. So if we land on MGP again, I will do a rye, and I'll do that one versus. I already have a good idea for that one. I'll do that one versus the Nashville Barrel Company pick I did like a few years ago, and we'll see how those ryes compare. So, all right. So this is the Penelope. I'm sorry, the Pinhook. I always get that mixed up. That M&J 9-year keeps winning blinds for me. One of my top 24 year blinds, so good. Yeah, Paul P for me. This is the line between new MGP and old MGP. This is why we love this barrel so much. It's got an old school MGP feel where it's a lot of dark fruit, but there's also some citrus in there as well with some like funky oak. I feel like I literally am tasting like cherry and orange. There's a caramel apple note in there, really rich caramels too in the on the back end. And when you guys are shopping for MGP, because there's so much out there, you really have to know. When Brian was on the channel, we went through a bunch of different MGPs of where to find the best ones. And you guys can definitely go back and check that out. It was with Brian from Abandoned Bourbon. And we went through a bunch of different MGP bottles to, because there's so many out there, like which ones are the best ones. There's a lot of people doing some great things with MGP, River Roots, Barrel King, Pinhook, and among others, National Barrel Company. But you have to know what you're looking for. So that video definitely kind of helps. Now back to the old school one here. This is the New York one. This is the old 12 year. And this one is actually a lot more oaky than the first one. The Pinhook has these layers of just all this dark fruit, citrus, that funky oak. Whereas this 12 year, the Bell Mead, this old MGP, this has a lot more of that almost medicinal cherry wood varnish note that I actually picked up a lot of in the Remus this year, the Remus Gatsby, or I should say last year. Got a lot of this in that Remus Gatsby. This is kind of taking me back there. So some correlation between the old MGP and some of the new stuff that's coming out. Let's try this one. Not nearly as sweet as the pinhook, but man, does it have a lot of just. It does have the funky oak note on it, but it's got that medicinal cherry that I picked up from the Remus. Jason Coates says, I love that note. Jason, is a 9-year pinhook vertical series bottle worth getting? Not sure if that one is MGP. Yeah, it is, Richie. Even the non-pick version, I thought was one of the better releases that Pinhook has put out. We are getting a 10-year, I think, this year, so that'll be cool. Yeah, just more oak than sweet, and again, that cherry medicinal note. Now let's go to Takes Reveries here. Oh my gosh, it's so boozy. It's almost rum-like on the nose. There's a smokiness to it, like a smoked cherry cocktail. That's so good. That J pick. These are from the same distiller, and all three of them are completely different. And there is a progression here, I feel like, from the old to the modern to maybe the ultra modern, because this is the newest bottle here. But you know, the Pinhook was only last year too. So these two are more of the modern take. And this makes sense. That old dusty cherry note that's in this old MGP stuff, I believe it's in the Remus 5 as well. You do get it. And I think we found it in the Gatsby as well last year. So, but my favorite, the Reverie Schism, is really close, man. But I got to tell you, this Pinhook pick we did is delicious. Yeah, I'm going Pinhook. I mean, I know it's our pick and it sounds like I'm a homer, but when you compare all of them, this one has a longer finish. It's richer. It's got some sweetness to it. It's really, really good. I'm glad I have a backup of this bottle. Jason, are those similar mash bills? Yes. So these are all, from what I understand, is this the... This is definitely the 20. This is the 21 mash bill in the Bell Mead. Reveries was Reverie. Did I hear that right, or was it 36 for the Reveries? I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. Don't get high on your own supply. Such a homer. Do you not smoke anything to keep your palate pure for bourbon tastings? Do you not smoke anything? I mean, I have the cigar every now and again. That's about it. Reverie. Oh, Reveries is 21 as well. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Kenneth. So yeah, I think these are all 21. So there you go. All right, let's put these aside. It's time to spin the wheel again. Just meat. Yeah, I do like smoking meat. Okay, let's get back to the wheel and let's see what it lands on here. Shove. Spin. Jamma. Let's see what we got. Oh, shit. Oh, really? You know what? I didn't even take it out because I didn't want to bring that karma in over here. Oh, dear God. Is it back here? The shit I do for you guys. You know what? I will drink this, but I'm not going to drink it now. I don't want to screw up my palate as we drink other stuff tonight. If you guys really want like good, but I will drink Malort. So this glass is specially reserved for the Malort. I will keep it handy, and I'm sure you guys will remind me to drink the Malort later. So I just don't want to mess my palate because that thing will completely annihilate my palate. So I'm not doing that quite yet. I'll save it to the end. But I'm so happy I landed on it. Thank you so much, Wheel of Randomness. You suck. Okay. Next one up. I'm just spinning. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on. There can't be two Jason rants. All right. Or actually, you know what? I got one teed up. I do have a quick rant teed up. All right, so generally been getting a lot of comments and chats about how YouTubers and whiskey tubers, they're in the pockets of these distillers. And I can understand that to a certain point, people thinking that way, but that is just bullshit. It's not the case. We get samples from distillers, sure. In some cases, do distillers send us bottles? Sure. But if your anger is coming from the fact that anyone is jealous, a jealousy part of it from us getting different whiskeys and other bottles, obviously I got a ton of it from, the Jack Daniels, because Jack Daniels sent some people bottles. So everybody was kind of going off in the comments, and, I get that part of it. It's annoying. It can be tough to watch and to listen to, and you're kind of going on and on about a whiskey that some people will never see. And there's a definite understanding from my point of view, because it happens to me with sneakers. So yeah. What are you worried about, running out of rant topics? Yeah, I might be. So listen, if you're unhappy with whiskey tubers getting bottles and samples and stuff like that, then I think people forget of a lot of the work and the behind the scenes stuff that whiskey tubers do to keep their channels viable and to keep up content. And if we're rewarded for that by talking about brands, by getting samples and getting this and that, then so be it. If you want to get mad at us for that, that's on you. I feel like that's more jealousy than anything. But to me, if you're honest and you're doing good work, behind the camera, and you're telling people what you actually like, and you're trying to get people to focus on certain brands, and if you're doing it honestly, and if you're doing it with good intentions, then you deserve to get samples and bottles. Just because somebody says you shouldn't because it's not fair, they're not putting in the work that you're doing. They're watching you and reserving their right to complain. So I just wanted to put that out there, that if any other whiskey tubers are getting, comments like that, just move along. It's, those folks will never be happy with anything you put out. And I just wanted to kind of make that known. It's not so much a rant as a public service announcement. So there you go. I think the frustration comes from seeing that LEs are all that essentially get the care and attention from folks. It's what people watch, and only it's why I hate hunting vids. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I don't do them. I just, this rant seems too balanced and productive. It is gonna. What did they say? If you don't have haters, you ain't popping, right? I love seeing complaining comments whenever a whiskey tuber does a review on something harder to find. It's just the nature of the beast. I mean, like I said, I see it with sneakers. There's certain sneakers that have come out, like even the last month, there was like 3 or 4 pairs of sneakers that everybody wanted. I put in about 5 or 6 different lotteries and didn't win any of them. And then I see, sneaker tubers or whatever you want to call them I got my pair. Nike sent me a pair. It's like, okay, well, you do a lot of content. I get it. But yeah, there's still that part inside me. It's like, damn it, I want those shoes. So, okay, let's hopefully it doesn't land on rant again. I have to add it to the state so you guys believe what it landed on. Oh, drink a random sample. Okay, I like this. Finally, I get to drink again. All right. So let's see here. So we have, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago when somebody had sent me a bunch of like higher age Four Roses stuff. I'm thinking of cracking into one of those. How about, I'm just gonna let you guys read this. A 23-year, 102 proof, Four Roses. Yeah, I'm drinking this. Okay. Oh my God. This smells ridiculous. People talk about like Old Dusty, Wild Turkey. Oh, this guy. People talk about Old Dusty, Buffalo Trace, and National Distillers, but Old Dusty Four Roses. There's just something about it. That wasn't random. Not so random. Well, I just brought a bunch of samples down here, so I just feel like I'd pick. Remember that sample when you were drinking Malort? Yeah, I'm not doing that yet. Blend it with Malort? How dare you? Todd, I don't even know where that is, that blend. I think it's upstairs. Holy shit. You know what? I'd take this over that Oakley stuff I had last week. This is better. This is better than that Oakley stuff. This is better. This is more layered. Oh my gosh. Still living in the woods. Thank you so much, man. Well, it is 3 years older. Yeah, it's 3 whole years. Jason, at the end of the show, what do you do with what's left in the glasses? Great question. So sometimes I blend them, and sometimes I will leave them for the next day to kind of nose them and just see what the flavors are coming out. Because Nancy Fraley, she always taught, leave a little bit in the glass, see what happens overnight, go back and nose them and see if we get some different flavors. I love doing that. I don't necessarily drink all of it, but there are some I will drink, and usually I'll have an after party for just the patrons, and I'll drink more of that in there as well. So BL Brewing Company, anyone have Savage Cook Cast Finished Bourbon Finish and Cabinet Sauvignon barrels? Any opinions on Whiskey Wars, barrel proof and double oaked? Yeah, Josh Fritz, the double oaked is awesome, but you have to like rye. You have to like rye for Whiskey War. They do a high rye blend, and the rye is very prevalent in their blends. So let's go to this 23-year, guys. So on the nose, oh my God. So there's almost like this hickory smoke brown sugar barbecue note that I'm getting, like from a hickory smoke, like barbecue sauce, because there's a smokiness to it, probably from that all those years of aging. But then behind that, there's just this intense sugary sweetness by way of like dark caramel, probably some molasses in there too. It has a clove cinnamon combination, just like a baking spice, man. Oh my gosh. This thing's crazy. And on the palate, it's pretty much more of the same. The only thing that is a little bit short on this is the finish. The finish doesn't go as long. Again, it's only 102 proof. So you're not getting a huge long finish here, but the actual flavors that sit on the palate are insane. Yeah, that's crazy. You guys like the OESK the most usually? OESO seems to be the hot recipe right now. People are loving the OESO. All right. I'm going to save that for later because I'm going to finish that. Man, the vanilla coming out of that glass is insane. It is straight up vanilla extract. And it's like with all the different flavors that people try to pull out of different whiskeys, it's just kind of nice when you just got like a good vanilla bomb and it's just so delicious. It's like, it just smells like cookies. You know what I mean? Like sometimes those are just the best. Okay. Let's go back to the stage here and let's give the wheel a spin. Let's see what we got. Come on, let's get another winner here. Open a new bottle. Okay, that's new. Literally, it's new. All right, open a new bottle. So I have. What did I bring to open up that's new? Okay. I have this Old Bones 18-year 18-year rye I could open. I do have that River Roots 95.5 rye 12-year MGP. I could open that. I'm going to open that for you guys and taste through that. Yeah, let's get the River Roots open. I also have a Frank August Cast Strength I have not opened yet. I could open that one too. So, yeah. I could do any of those. The old boner, Nathan. River Roots. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the River Roots. It's right there. I'm gonna try not to fall on my ass. Watch out! Watch out! I'm going. Man, there's really no room in here right now. There's too much floor whiskey. All right. Whose bones? Any River Roots has to be nutty. So this is straight rye whiskey. This is a 12-year, 10-month, 111.16 single barrel rye whiskey. Distilled in Indiana. So this is all that. This is all the MGP goodness. Recreate the Eiffel video on the wheel. Great. Hopefully I can get this friggin' thing open. Oh, you got to be shitting me with this wax. Come on. Oh, I think I got it. All right, got it. Just have to get the tab out. America. All right, guys, take a look at the bottle. There it is. I feel like I've seen this one on secondary. I'm not exactly sure how good this barrel is, but we're gonna give this one a go. River Root Select. All right. Yeah, you got to have the lovely pull tab. Yo, that just looks just like you. Kyle Weipert. Golly, that's messed up. Jeez. John Bornick says Frank August feels almost like a money grab. Fancy bottle, average source juice. I didn't care for it. I thought it was sourced from. Is Frank August sourced from Bardstown Bourbon Company? I think. All right. Let me bring the bottle back here, since it looks like me. It's a self-portrait, apparently. Is River Roots the new NBC? I wouldn't call them that yet. They do have some good barrels, though. But I don't know. You know, when they start, when you can order online and they ship to you, maybe at that point they're. And can they do that yet? Is River Roots shipping yet? Oh man, this actually smells fantastic. All right, so Wilderness Trail. It's Wilderness Trail. There you go. Oh, they are shipping. Okay, yeah. So maybe they're getting there. This is a really sweet rye. So get this out of my face. Jason, did you decide on glass yet for drum key bottles? Yeah, it's I do have a bottle shape. Oh, guys, yeah, real quick. Drum key update this Friday. So in 2 days, I'm super psyched. I'm going to have my first presentation from the designers. So the folks that are designing the whiskey labels, they are going to be presenting their first designs to me Friday. And I haven't seen anything yet, like nothing. Don't know what they've created so far. I am so excited. So we'll see what it looks like. So obviously I want it to look nice. You won't see any butterflies, but. All right. So this is just pure clove. This is a lot of clove, a lot of like sugary sweet mint. There's definitely a little bit of like a caramel in here too, kind of a dark caramel, chocolate, probably milk chocolate. Oh man. Oh wow. Ooh, that's good. Okay. That has like this little hint of a coffee bean on the mid palate. Matt, this is 95.5 paper cut player. 95.5 rye from Indiana. Yeah, this is a sweeter rye whiskey. A lot of the sweet notes that kind of hit the mid palate, once you get past the clove, it just turns into like this chocolate, vanilla, ice cream, sugar, mint, clove. The only thing that's disappointing on this is, like, for a rye, the finish just kind of dies off. Yeah, it lacks a finish. That coffee bean note is there too. But this definitely lacks a little bit of a finish for me. John Vornick, that's not a bad idea, honestly. River Roots slaps, bruh, says Casey House. Okay. Jason, what's your go-to scotch as of late? Right now, as far as scotch goes, I've been kind of geared towards Glen Scotia right now. When I look for, it's like Glen Scotia 15, Glen Scotia Double Oak. Those are the ones I'm kind of gearing towards. Yeah, I mean, River Roots does slap. Some of their stuff does slap, but this one, well, I mean, it's got a little bit of a lingering like heat to it. But I'm looking for like that spice that you get from rye. Yeah, I'm telling you, if any of you guys had this, you would think that the finish kind of falls off a little bit quick. It does. But the front and mid palate are delicious. It's layered, it's sweet, it's got the clove, the baking spice, everything you want in a rye whiskey. I just wish it had a little bit of a longer finish going on. That's all. You want me to drop a bottle that's shaped like a potato? I could do that. All right. So Todd Ritter asked Facebook Meta to create a whiskey label. This is what it came up with. Drum key. You know, that's not terrible. It looks very Game of Thrones, though. I don't know if that's the look I'm going for, but it does look very Game of Thrones-ish. Nice job, Todd. Todd, you're hired. Not really. This is for an Indiana rye, it's pretty candy, which I think is a good thing. And I think that's why people love these River Root single barrels. This is really good. I dig this one. I'm gonna have to bring this one upstairs and put it on the bar so I could sip on this every now and again. This is just a sip all night, easy. Even though, I mean, it's 12 years, 10 months. I think the age really kind of tempered down the spice, which is usually what happens with ryes. I do wish it had a little bit of a longer finish. It does have a little bit of a lingering heat, but it's just not long enough for me. But otherwise, it's really, really good. The proof was 112. Yeah, buy this or you get the red wedding type of feel. What's the max you would pay for a Buffalo Turkey 16-year? Depending on how good it is, because generally those bottles are 300, and I should know because we're releasing two of them. We're releasing 2 barrels that are 300 each. But the one that's almost hazmat, I'd probably pay 350 for that. It's that good. But there are a lot of mediocre barrels out there, unfortunately. So just kind of sucks. Did you get that 11-year OKI rye, that Rare Bird and Endall's pick? No, I did not get that. Did not get that one. Whiskey Nose 325. Yeah, I mean, I would probably. Well, I mean, if you're paying 325, you're essentially paying 350 anyway. So, okay, 350. Having Sagamore 30 minutes away has definitely made me a rye snob. Okay, there you go. Wayne Arnold. I look forward to upcoming NBC bottles. They're killing it. Drum key with Twisted Tea collab would be tight. Rest in peace, Twisted Tea guy. What do you think about the NBC 20-year release? I did see that. I had it in my cart, and then I read the label, and it said Tennessee whiskey. And I was like, I don't know yet. That might be a try before you buy. It is cast strength, though. And here's the thing about Dickel. I don't care what anybody says. Dickel at high ages and high proof can be magical. It's just, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of those options out there to get that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I would think about it. I was thinking, I mean, it was in my cart, but I don't know, man. Tennessee, you see Tennessee, just kind of scares you a little bit. Have you tried the cast strength Seneg yet? Nope, haven't tried that one. But yeah, I was all about this rare breed. I don't know if it's still there. If it's still there, I still may pull the trigger on it. I feel like you should open the old bones anyway. Oh, maybe just to compare it. Oh, if it's no Lincoln County process, then you're looking at Blue Note 17-year realm. Remember when the Blue Note 17 years came out and how freaking good those were? I think. Do I have one left up there? No, I think I drank it all. Son of a. Yeah. Yep. Have you had any old Louisville? No, I have one old Louisville, which is a double oaked that they did, which is actually pretty good. That what I believe was a Justin's House of Bourbon pick that Ryan did in that crew down there. But that one was good. I enjoyed that. That one I rolled the dice on, and I ended up really enjoying it. But as far as any of the old Louisville Buffalo Turkey stuff, I haven't tried any of that yet. I demand Diggle to produce more of that 75 rye TKO recipe. Yeah, that's true. How can I get one of those Buffalo turkeys you were talking about? Well, Nathan, if you want to get one through my group, you have to join the Master Drum Patreon. However, a lot of the top slots are filled, and they're probably not going to make it down to the bottom slots because there's just not a lot of bottles of it. But I mean, if you see labels out there that say 15 years, 16 years around this time right now, generally it's going to be a Buffalo Turkey bottle. You have the Old Zach, which is out there, which is a Buffalo Turkey. Old Louisville's doing them. I'm not sure how many more are left out there. Augusta told me that there just weren't a lot left out there. I'm not really sure how many more people are holding on to. River Roots had a bunch of them. I'm not sure how many they have left. Those I feel like all the best ones have probably been cherry picked, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, Elkwood Reserve's another one. Yeah, some Rome Liquors has an Old Zach. Yeah, any of those like 15-year, 16-year age statements that are out there right now, they're probably going to be Buffalo Turkey. But there's a very, very vast flavor profile from flat to good to great. So there's a big variance there. Oh yeah, OKI had one. I don't know if they have more releasing, but they had a pretty damn fruit forward one that was really good. All right, let's get back to the wheel and see what we get. Favorite M&J single barrel of 2024. I don't like that one right now. I'm gonna do another one. I don't need to drink my own picks. I should probably remove that one. Oh, we might get the unicorn head-to-head. Even better. All right, let's go. That's way better. Okay, unicorn head-to-head. What do you guys want me to compare head-to-head right now? George T. Stagg, William LaRue Weller. Well, I'm going to throw in the King Kentucky in there. Colonel Taylor barrel. I don't know. What do you guys got? Okay, more fun. Cheesy gold foil versus Pride of Anderson County. What? William LaRue Weller versus King Kentucky. Single rick houses versus each other, says Whiskey Habit. Stag versus Coy Hill. King Kentucky versus Desert Jewel versus Gold Foil. Dude, Gold Foil kills Desert Jewel. It's not even close. I can tell you that right now. I do not have Millennium, Josh Fritz. I did not pay for that one. Was just about to say POAC. Oh man. Russell's Reserve 15 versus 15-year Buffalo Turkey. It's kind of a good one. I do like the King of Kentucky idea. I mean, should we do, I don't know, you want to do like a fatal four-way? Should we do GTS? I mean, let's spend some time on this one. This could be good. Who knows if this was going to get, and don't worry, guys, I'm giving away stuff no matter if we land on it or not. So you'll be all right. So King of Kentucky versus ECBP 11, I've done already. I've done that one multiple times. So, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the King of Kentucky. Where is dun, dun, dun. Oh crap, where the hell is it? Oh, I forgot I put it on my shelf. George T. Stagg. And what else do we got? Pirate. Russell's 15. 20-year Heaven Hill versus GTS. Battle of the 15s. Okay, let's do. I'll get Russell's 15 in here. All right, we need one more. Should I throw the should I throw the Pride of Anderson County in here or the? All right, so Pride of Anderson County or Heaven Hill. No, not Heaven Hill. Let's see here. Hold on. Pappy, I don't have that. Oh, JD 14. You want me to throw? I'm gonna throw JD in here. Yeah, POA. Oh, yeah, let's do POAC. Okay. All right. This is not gonna suck. Okay. Russell's 15. George T. Stagg 2024. The KOK. You know what? I have more than this left than I thought. That's a good thing. And Pride of Anderson County. You know what? I'm going to give away a sample pack of all four of these tonight. So whoever wins can do this at home. How's that? Sound good? All right. Okay. All right. That's right. Let the nasty comments ensue. 21 Coy Hill. You want to throw Coy Hill in here? Jesus, guys, you're gonna kill me. I only have this little fireball of Coy Hill. You want me to add this in? Listen, if you guys want to throw in super chats, that's fine. I appreciate it. But again, this is going to be based off of the form on top. So if your name is in that form that's pinned to the top of the chat, you're in it to win it. So I'm not adding Malort. No, the rye will stand out. Never had a desk pop. Give me. You're not working tomorrow night, right? No, I'm working. I'm not going to put the Jack Coy Hill in there. I just want to focus on these 4. All right. So I have Russell's 15. I have George C. Stack 2024, King of Kentucky, and then the POAC, the Pride of Anderson County. All right. Oh, and the 4 Roses sample. All right, so somebody will win this flight as well tonight, as well as some coffee, some hoodies, some glasses. We'll go for it tonight, man. Oh, the King. That's a good question. This is from 2021. This is the 2021 release. And the reason why I got this is because I tried this exact single barrel at a bar and I loved it. And I hunted this one down. So there you go. 132.7. Yeah, 132.7 proof. All the goodness. All right, let's see what comes out on top here. I know this isn't, blind, but it'll be a good indicator of which one really stands out between all 4 of these. So Russell's 15. As you guys know, just deep, rich cherry oak. Again, a little bit of that wood varnish. Like boozy, like toffee just soaked in rum. Jason, you look like you were going to do naughty things to that 4 Roses. Crypto whiskey, I know. How much was a pour of the King Kentucky? It was like $75 in Kentucky, I think. Most expensive bottle purchase is Jay Porter. I have a pre-prohibition bottle that I spent. God. It was a lot of money. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was in the thousands plural. That's probably the most, and I only have one of them. That's the most expensive I probably have. So, yeah. Do the buffalo turkey pick. So, Josh, I would love to put the pick in here, but I don't have the sample that I have. I gave to Scott. So Scott has that. He's got that 137 proof sample, unfortunately, or I would. But you know what? When I get that bottle in, when I have that almost hazmat buffalo turkey, that 16 year that we did, when I have that bottle in, I'm going to, I'm probably going to do this again and throw that in there and see what happens. Yeah, $37 on Wednesdays at Evergreen. Jason, would the Murray Hill be a player in that lineup? I don't think so. The Murray Hill Club is just fantastic, but I just can't do the. I don't think the finish would hold up. God, the finish on the Russell 15. I say it every time. Oh, you better finish all those or I will be butthurt. Oh, I'm going to finish them, Josh. Jeremy Derricks, good show in Ports tonight. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. This is the reason Jason C won the award for best channel from Bourbon Night. Thanks so much, man. Top 5 bottle purchase regrets. That's a great question. One of them that's up there is the Colonel Taylor barrel proof rye. That thing sucks. It sucks. And I saw like on Reddit, like these guys in the OHLQ were asking about it. And I was like, they're like, when is it going to hit Ohio? Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know you get it for retail here if you happen to hit on it, but it sucks. Don't, that was a big, I was really interested in trying that mash bill at cast strength and it sucks. So, yep. No, thanks. Number 2, biggest regrets. What would it be? What's my biggest regrets? Oh yeah, I paid number 2. I paid a bunch of money to get a Bunnahabhain. That was a Fagile release. So Fagile is the festival they do each and every year in Scotland, and all the different Scottish distilleries do special releases on Islay. And I spent a shit ton of money to get this Bunnahabhain one that I really wanted, and I got it and realized it was actually really young and it was very mediocre. That sucked. So that was a big regret. That was a big regret. Wasn't a fan of that one. Man, that's good. All right, let's go to the stag. Oh my god, when you come off the Russells, the stag smells like cherry infused maple syrup. Cherry infused maple syrup. Dear Jesus. Yeah, what's another regret that I did? Yeah, no, I don't think I regretted that one. What's another regret that I did? The first time I overpaid to get a blue run, that was a big regret. I'm like, I gotta get this. I gotta review it. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm like, shit, this sucks. So that was kind of a big regret. Um, and if you talk to Fred Minnick, he'd probably say my biggest regret was buying that train set, which has shitty whiskey in it. Dude, the George T. Stagg 2024 is hitting tonight. It's actually hitting me a little bit nicer than the Russells. The Russells 15, and I wonder if it's because of the amount of air that's in the bottle. It's getting a little bit varnishy, getting a little bit of like that wood polish chemical note with the deep, rich, dark flavors. But the George T. Stagg is staying very sweet. The finish is just it's like brown butter, cherry. Oh my gosh, what's that flavor I'm picking up here? Damn. Oh, it's like cherry pie. Mike Goose, I appreciate that, man. Best whiskey too, period. Thank you so much. Guys, appreciate everybody chiming in tonight. Please, hope you're having fun with this crazy idea I came up with. I promise next week we'll have a little bit of a different format. I just thought this would be fun to do tonight. But if you're here hanging out on a Wednesday night, please hit the like button below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, man. Definitely helps the channel. Yeah, this George T. Stagg it's the bee's knees tonight. It really is. All right, let's get to the caulk King of Kentucky. Oh, see, the King of Kentucky just has a whole different level of nose. Oh my god. Golly. This is ridiculous. I do not drink tequila, Broski Bear. You know what? Let me say this, Broski Bear. I was recommended to try a tequila called oh god, I'm gonna forget the name of it. El Tesoro, is that right? El Tesoro. Somebody told me that El Tesoro, that's the tequila you want to try because it's all natural, no sugar added. You know, a lot of tequilas have a lot of sugar additives to it just to make it sweeter to go with that agave. And you know, a lot of the popular ones have a lot of sugar in them, but this one is just straight up. It's like what whiskey drinkers look for is when they come like talk about non-chill filtered and you know all natural, all that stuff. And I gotta say, I kind of dug it. I really liked it. Aaron C, there's tons of tequilas without nonsense. Well, as far as like what's here, that was what was recommended, Aaron. So or AA Ron. So yeah, Jason, you only get to keep 5 bottles from your collection. What do you keep and why? Steve Burko. That's a really good question too. I love how we're just doing the question format. The King Kentucky is just ridiculous. It's that deep, deep rickhouse oak, but without it being overly drying. It's such a good sweet oak profile. It almost comes off like this aged molasses type of note, but then you get into almost like a sweet tarts effect where you get this really sweet, almost, yeah, like a sweet tartness in it that it has. But on top of that, it has all the it's not cherry. It's more of like a maybe like a blackberry or even a strawberry, like this chocolate covered berry note that just hits right in the mid palate. It is exceptional. But I will say both the Russell's 15 and the George T. Stagg can definitely hang with this. The one thing that this King Kentucky has right now that I'm experiencing is the finish. The finish is insane. No bananas in this. But remember, this is the early times mash bill. This is not the traditional 18% Old Forester mash bill. So it's a different mash bill. Jace, you need to try Jose Cuero Extra Añejo Family Reserve. It's a little pricey, but it's worth the experience. I'll look out for that, Christian. I appreciate that. Jason loves the KOK. I do love the KOK. Tequila Ocho too. All right, so 5 bottles if I had to keep and why. One of them is going to be this King Kentucky because it's the only one that I own. It's the only one that I ever ponied up the money for. I am very lucky enough to get samples from Brown-Forman. So I do appreciate that, but I'm not sure I've come across another good single. Like for me, if I'm going to spend the money on a King of Kentucky, I want to try the single barrel at a bar before I pony up the money like I did on this one, because there is some good amount of variance, obviously, in any single barrel. So before you're going to drop 1,400, 1,500, whatever it may be, if you're not getting it at retail for a bottle of King Kentucky, and I know a lot of people don't care about it. If it was at retail, if I'm picking this up at 200, 250, 300, whatever it is now, yeah, I don't care what the single barrel is. But obviously, if you're dropping secondary money for it or a resale market value, then I want to know what I'm drinking. And that's why I think at the time I got this for about 1,200, 1,400, something like that for this bottle. So a little bit of a different animal. I also think that I would obviously my Cheesy Gold Foil, just because that's the bourbon that if I was stuck on a stranded island, I would drink the rest of my life. It was Cheesy Gold Foil. Those are the bottles I take with me. Probably Elijah Craig Batch 11 Pirate bottle, because there's just nothing like it. It's freaking amazing. I have a special bottle of Weller Foolproof, and this isn't because I really am in love with Weller Foolproof, but it's because of what it meant. This was like back in the day when we did kind of a collab with Dixon Deadman and ADHD Whiskey. I don't know if you guys remember it, but that was when we did the old the Beagle Rare blend that went around all the whiskey tubers. Ended up in Dixon Deadman's hand. He kind of finagled with it to perfect it, but he said he didn't really have to do much to it. And then at the end, we did a fundraiser, and Weller Foolproof came up in the mix, and I won that Weller Foolproof bottle that he signed. It was a pick that he did for his for that. I forgot the name of his, like that place that his family owns. It'll hit me. So yeah, that's probably number 4. Number 5. What would number 5 be? Oh, that's a good question. You know what? It'd be my bottle of Wild Turkey 101 signed by Jimmy Russell. And I feel like you kind of know why I'd want to take that one. So there you go. All right. Man, this King Kentucky. It does have a little bit of that acetone note that I get on a lot of Brown-Forman. But the where did the cheesy part of the name come from? Just because it was the gold foil. Cheesy is in, it's kind of gimmicky. It's cheesy. You don't need it, but it's kind of cool. That's kind of where it came up from. How many hats do you own? I own a lot of hats. I love hats. I like to collect hats. I get one wherever I go to a distillery. I love them. Oh, the Chateau Bardstown. Yeah, that could be number 5. You know what? That'd probably be number 5. I feel like I have a Wild Turkey in the mix. The Chateau, Bardstown, the Chateau de Scooby-Doo, batch 1. All right, let's go to the POAC. See how it sets up here. Now, the POAC has less oak than the other 3, but it's got that Wild Turkey like sweetness backbone where you have a little bit of a butterscotch, toffee, like singed orange peel. Dude. This is the best flight ever. I'm done. Dear Lord. Oh, Al Young, Dusty. I do have an Al Young from Four Roses. Man, see, this is what happens. You get old, you forget the bottles you have. Can I take 6? I'll take the Al Young with me. That's 6. Do you own more bottles or sneakers? Oh, way more bottles. Way more bottles. Way more sneakers. I own a good amount of sneakers, but I don't buy every release like a lot of guys do. Jason is broken. Jeffrey Wack. Oh man, the flight did it. Yeah, the Beaumont Inn. That's it, Todd Ritter. Thank you so much. All right, let's go through this one more time here. Jeffrey Wack, can't wait to see you this weekend, man. All right, Russell's 15. Russell's 15 is actually a cousin to the Cheesy Gold Foil. I do think there's similarities there. It's probably the closest thing we're going to get to a modern Cheesy Gold Foil as far as flavor profile goes. Then you get to the Stag. The Stag tonight is just firing on all cylinders. I'm getting like literal cherry jam on the palate, like a cherry blackberry jam on the palate. That's insane. I mean, this might be at the sweet spot right now. Like this level right here. This is just hitting on all cylinders right now. The finish, the flavor, dude. The stag might take this tonight. The King Kentucky, I probably give the best nose. The nose is insane. The front of the palate, insane. It does have a little bit of that acetone note, but the oak, that almost like almond toffee chocolate vibe that it has with a little bit of that dark fruit is just delicious. It comes in like an almond cookie, like topped with like berries. A little bit of chocolate, like white chocolate on top of that with all that sweetness it has. And then the Pride of Anderson County, though. So this is getting into more of an, typical turkey fashion where it gets into like a heavy citrus, candied orange peel, but the toffee borderline butterscotch note is what's winning me over. But I think tonight, honestly, guys, I think it's the Stag. The Stag is hitting just right now, which is crazy because the Russell's 15, 9 times out of 10, I would take over the Stag. But the Stag tonight, right now, is hitting. Dude. Is King Kentucky only found in Kentucky? No, it's found in other states, but not many. Not many. Yeah, the GTS was 2024. Dude, it's so jammy right now. It got so jammy. You know what? The finish is better on all 3 of the others versus the GTS. I think that's what it was about the GTS that didn't have it at number 1 for me. I do think the finish just lacks a little bit compared to the other 3. But that cherry jam, blackberry jam note that it has on the mid palate is just, it slaps. It is just working me tonight, and I love it. I think the Russell 15, and the King Kentucky, those have the oaky profiles. If you like the oak, that's what you're gonna kind of gear towards. George T. Sag, this 2024 is just so sweet, but it's also getting that dark berry heaviness that a lot of people love. And the Pride of Anderson County, I think it has more of the toffee orange combination that people love about Wild Turkey. Only it's like dialed up to like 25. So I don't know how we're going to top that one tonight, guys, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep those right over here. I'm finishing those. All right, let's get back to the wheel. What time is it? 10:47. All right, we got some more spins here. Let's see what we get. I'm just curious. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's do it. Let's do another winning. Let's do another winning one. Drinking Irish whiskey? Oh God. Now it's going to get messy. I don't know. I think it's too late. I don't even feel like searching for an Irish whiskey right now. You know what? Yeah, whatever. I'm spinning again. I didn't think this through. I don't even have an Irish whiskey handy. Open a new bottle. You know what? I'm going to skip that, and we're going to do old bottle versus new bottle since we haven't done that yet tonight. We're just going to pick my own category. Screw the wheel. All right, so I felt like I've been kind of waiting to do this. A breakdown of Old Forester 1920, old versus new. You guys down for that? You guys down for that comparison? I am not blending those. I'm not F your wheel. What do you guys think? You want to try to do a Jamie's cracking up. Nathan Jurgens says no. You do, boss. Fire in the hole. That would be good. Go for it. Red breast cast strength. Just do it. How is Jason going to chase those unicorns with 1920? Hell yes. Okay, why not? Or I can do old wild turkey 101 versus modern wild turkey 101. So those are the choices. So let me know in the chat real quick. Write 1920 or 101, and we'll see which one comes up more. And then I'll do the comparison. Yeah, those unicorns are going down tonight. It's happening. All right. Wild Turkey, 1920, Old Forester, 101, 101, 101, 1920, 1920. So far, it's kind of even. Gobble, gobble. Austin Nichols, 101 versus the new one. That's not even close, Jimmy. Not Jimmy. I'm sorry, Richie. It's not even close. God, it's so. Just make it a quadruple base. Okay. All right. Let's do the 1920 first here. All right. So here is old 1920 versus new 1920. There we go. Old label versus new label. I've been kind of wanting to do this because everybody keeps kind of bringing up this back and forth a lot. So that's the old one, and this is the new one. And what's nice is they're both got some air in it. Let me get a little water here. This is the way. Yeah, 1920 following that last lineup. And here's the thing. It's going to bring out the weirdness in the Old Foresters because I'm going from those epic pours to like this. So I'm going to pick up some weird shit probably coming out of these 1920s. You got to realize that things that you drink and you follow, it's going to affect it either way, whether it's good or bad. Like I feel like drinking the GTS right next to the Russell's 15 somehow made the GTS better. But okay. This is the old one. This is the old label. New label. Oh my God. The new label is so freaking banana. Come on. Old label. Not so banana. I mean, banana's there, obviously. But it's just not as prevalent as it is on the new batches here. All right, let me try it. Yeah, a definite step down coming off of that flight. But see that, oh my God, this is so much better. It's a little bit of like white chocolate. A little bit of that banana bread is there. Spice, cinnamon. I'm not getting as much cherry as I remember, but that could be because I am coming off of, these whiskeys I just had where a couple of those are absolute cherry bombs. Let's go to the new label. It's like a completely different whiskey to me. This is banana bread, bananas. Then you take the banana and you put more bananas on it. then you drizzle it with banana syrup, then just ever so slightly put some more bananas on top. Whereas the old one, this has the spice, the finish. I want this back. Whatever profile this is that they were distilling for, I want it. It 90, yeah, damn, I do love me some banana though. Is this the 1920? This might be, no, I mean, let me say this. It's closer than I thought it would be. You know, the more you sip it. However, there is a definite shift in the newer label to more banana. And again, I'm not sure if there's like a general batch variance here. There could be, but there's a definite difference when you have the older label versus the new. The older label kind of leans away from the banana. You get a little bit more of like the cherry and the spice. And I feel like that 18% rye really comes out in the older version. Whereas this newer label, it leans into more of that yeast strain, into that banana note, but it also has a little bit of a easier finish, if you will. A little bit less black pepper, a little bit less bite to it. Close up on the label differences. Oh yeah, my bottle cam already died. Sorry, but I mean, I can do this. I'm not. Oh yeah, that's not going to focus in. So the biggest label difference here that you're going to see is that the Prohibition style on the old label is like it's like a turquoise faded into the background where it says Prohibition style. The new one, it just says Prohibition style right underneath it. There's no fade on the text. That's how you know the new one versus the old one. So the tops are pretty much the exact same. But yeah, that's pretty much the big differences. The new 1920 is finished in banana cakes. Banana casks, sorry, not banana cakes. So yeah, interesting. All right, I'm just gonna. Any idea when the new 101 8-year will release? Oh, this year. Oh, that's a great question, Kirk. See, it's like any week now. The 8-year Wild Turkey, the one that Bruce talked about, it's happening. They're starting to roll out any week now. So keep your eye out. I don't know what the pricing is yet, but remember, Bruce did say if we like the price of the 70th anniversary, which was $50, he said you're gonna love the price of the 8-year. So I'm guessing it's going to be cheaper than $50 for the bottle. So we'll see. But I would probably keep a lookout for it. So what's your favorite rye? Says Ghost Unit. Man, great question. Gosh, what's my favorite rye? I mean, right now it's two opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, I always have like a love in my heart for the high aged MGP rye, kind of like what we had with the River Roots today, that 12-year. There's something about MGP 95.5 that's over 10 years old that's really special. Then I think also following that, the Michter's rye, the high aged Michter's 10-year ryes. I think even though they're low proof, there's a lot of layers of flavor there. And then on top of that, I think I would probably go with what Sagamore is doing right now, which is really delicious. And Corbin Cash. The Corbin Cash cast strength ryes out of California are ridiculously good. Those are probably my top three. The best rye I ever tasted was an old MGP rye that was 20-something years old. And I also did have my first 11-year Willet rye, which was a very, very happy experience. I did not expect much from that. I've just never been a huge fan of the Willet rye. I know a lot of people love the Willet rye, just not my profile with all the dill and the pickle. But the 11-year, all that goes out the window and it gets into this really rich, dense flavor profile. I love that rye. If I was able to get a lot more of those Willet ryes that were 10 years old, I'd probably buy some more of them for sure. Willet Rye 7-year over Willet Rye 11-year, says Kenneth Rathburn. Oh, that's a bold statement, Kenneth. Although I don't know if I've had a 7-year Willet Rye. All right. Oh, Booker's Rye. Yeah, I mean, Booker's Rye is a legendary bottle. I think most people would call that as their most favorite rye of all time. But I'm telling you, I had a rye that was blended at MGP pre-Greg Metz. And it was 20-something years old. It was blended by Larry Ebersold, who preceded Greg Metz at NGP. And it had a bunch of 20-year ryes in there. That's the best rye I've ever tasted in my entire life. And nobody can ever get it. But I was very, 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 very fortunate enough to try a small sample of it. That is the greatest rye that has ever touched these lips. And people can go on and crow about the ryes that are out now, but nothing that I've ever tried, even Booker's Rye, did not compare to that Larry Ebersol blended rye. That was insane. Nothing has ever come close. So fortunate enough to have had that experience. So yeah. Okay, let's go to, what time is it here? Oh, it's 10:59. All right. Well, have I not hit on, let's see, what have I not done yet here in the drink a scotch, MGP versus MGP? We did that. Drink a random sample, unicorn head to head. We did over. Okay, we did that. Drink Malort. We still have to do that. Retry a bottle you disliked. Okay, I'm gonna do that before I do my bottle of Malort, and we're gonna give away some shit tonight too. So we'll do a Malort shot. But I brought out this bottle because I wanted to retry it because I really didn't like it. I wasn't crazy about it, and I want to try it again. And it's the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A125. And while we're doing that, I'm going to give away some shit. So 118.2 proof, 10 years, 7 months old. I did not like this bottle when I first reviewed it. So I'm going to try it again. Yes, Malort will steal my soul. Luckily, I have one more glass for Malort left. But let me grab these names because you guys were so amazing. And putting in your responses. Holy shit, 241 people here. All right, let me grab the sheet. And let me get these names. And I'm going to put it into a new wheel of craziness. Let me grab that. Okay. Let's get these names in another wheel. I'm actually going to just throw it in the same wheel here. Going to get all 241 names in here. Oh, that wheel is filled. Jesus Lord. All right, we're going to shuffle that up. And we already know we're giving away a glass, but we're going to give away a couple more glasses. We're also going to give away 2 Mash and Drum hoodies, which are super comfortable. They look awesome. I think you guys will love them. And we're also going to give away, you know what, screw, we'll give away 3 hoodies, and then we'll give away this epic flight that I did of the King of Kentucky, George T. Stagg 24, Pride of Anderson County, and the Russell's 15. So that's what we're going to give away tonight. So there you go. That one is set up. So we'll get to that in a bit. Let me grab, what is the, you know what, I'll write the names down on my phone so I don't forget. And we're also going to give away some Drifting Drams coffee as well, because we should. If you guys haven't had Drifting Drams coffee tonight, yeah, you definitely should. Okay. What? Okay. That was a weird comment. I'm not sure if that was positive or negative. Another fun comment. All right. All right, let me write these down here, and then we'll get into this. We'll get into this Elijah Craig. Okay. Link to the coffee. I'll post a link to the coffee here real quick. ECBP A125. It's definitely a sweeter profile than some of the others, but sweet as more like when I want a sweet Elijah Craig barrel proof, I want that butterscotchy, toffee heavy type of sweetness. This to me doesn't bring that. This brings more of like a sugary. Yeah, it's sweet, but gosh, it's there. It doesn't hold on to your palate at all. It's so thin. It's thin. It just, yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, thanks so much, Keith. I appreciate you, man. That Elijah Craig barrel proof tastes more like some 7 or 8 year bourbon that you can get on the shelf. It doesn't taste like a 10-year product. Well, it is 10 years. I mean, there is older stuff in it, supposedly, but that is not a special batch at all. So I tried it again. It's thin. There's no finish to it. It's sweet, but there's not a lot to it. So as far as trying a whiskey that I did not like and tried it again, that's not doing it for me. Okay. Better than A124, says Wayne Arnold. I don't even remember A124, dude, but I am not a fan of A125. Not a fan of it at all. It's not what I want. Look, some people may like it. I get it. It's sweet. It's 10 years old. It's a good bourbon, but that is not what I want in Elijah Craig barrel proof. I want something big, bold, flavorful, that's layered, that's going to hit me in the damn face, and that doesn't do it. So if you like it, you like it, but I don't like it. And there you go. Okay, let's go to some giveaways here. Wait till you see all the names. Oh my God, look at all the names. It's a lot. That's like 200 people. All right, we're going to spin this thing. First, we're going to give away 3 Mash and Drum glasses. So we might do some Glencairns. I do have some only dram glasses, like the short dram ones. I forgot what I just said only dram, like OnlyFans. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but I think it's like, oh, the perfect dram glass. I have those too. So you guys can choose whatever you want. So let's get the first one going here. So we're going to give away 3 glasses. First winner is John Ferrin. Congratulations, John. Damn, John. John won the he won the Buffalo Turkey last week. All right, I'm going to remove John from the mix. Let's spin this again. Lindern Osteen. Lindern Osteen. You also win a glass. I'll remove Lindern. Let's give it another spin. This goes to Andrew S. Congrats, Andrew S. All you 3 won some glasses. If you guys want, you can email me at themashanddrum@gmail.com, but I have your email since you filled out the form, so I will reach out and you guys can pick the glass that you want, and then I will get it ordered for you. Okay, let's get into 3 Mash and Drum hoodies. Let's go here. Mash and Drum hoodies go to, first one, Sean Ortego. Congrats, Shawnee. We're going to remove Sean. Let's go to the next one. Adam Hess. Oh, Adam. Congrats, buddy. Adam gets the hoodie. And last hoodie for all you guys out there, we're going to Vincent Frazier. Congrats, Vincent. Okay, now we're going to give away some Drifting Drams coffee. I'll do 2 winners here. So Drifting Drams, if you guys don't know, that is Ethan and Katie of of Drifting Drums coffee. I'll actually grab the link here if you guys want to order from them. Let's see here. Drifting. Yeah, there it is. Drifting Drums coffee. They just released a delicious cigar blend coffee that is barrel aged, and it's really good. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. And you guys should give them an order because my mom, myself, a bunch of people that were at the oops. Oh, don't want to post all that. A bunch of people that were at the Bardstown Blitz were able to get some coffee. And it's been kind of a favorite ever since. So I'm going to drop this in the chat if you guys want to order it yourself. If you guys like a caffeine punch, I highly recommend the Action Jackson, but they also have the this crazy cigar blend version of it's called the Bardstown Cigar Blend. It's so good. So any blend that you get from them, try it out. But we're going to give away 2 packs of some coffee. And when I reach out to you, you can tell me if you like French press, drip. They do all different types of ground options for however you like to make your coffee, which is also really helpful. So, okay, let's get into this one. And let's spin the wheel again. This is for the coffee. Yeah, if you guys want the cigar blend, I'll order that for you too. I haven't tried it yet. I got it today, but it smells incredible. Henry Turner, you're going to get yourself some Drifting Drums coffee. And who else do we have here for some coffee? Good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, who do we got? Haley Huey. Haley Hugh. You're going to get some delicious Drifting Drums coffee. Again, I will reach out to you to ask you what you guys want. Okay. Last but not least is the Epic Blind. Well, you'll get some 1 ounce samples of the King Kentucky, Russell's 15, George T. Stack 2024, and Pride of Anderson County. Good luck to all of you. Here we go. Who wins it? No whammies. Dan Brodigan. Congratulations, man. You just won an epic blind tasting from The Mash and Drum. Me wanty. Do we all get a chance? Yeah, you all get a chance. Congrats, Steve Burko. Congrats, everyone. All right, guys. So congrats again for the glasses. John Ferrin, Lyndon Osteen, Andrew A., the hoodie, Sean Ortego, Adam Hess, Vincent Frazier, coffee winners, Henry Turner, Haley Huey, and the epic blind goes to Dan Brodigan. So congratulations to all of you. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for having a fun time and going through this wheel of randomness. I think it did pretty well. There's room for improvement in some aspects. But I think it's something to build on. So thanks for indulging me in this idea. And we'll see you guys next week, maybe with a special guest next week. And again, if I have not said it yet, if I didn't remember tonight, and I don't think I did, remember, mark your calendars, April 9th, Fred Minnick, ADHD Whiskey, the Blendigeddon 7 finals are here. Who is going to be crowned champion? Big fundraiser for Nationwide Children's Hospital. And I cannot wait for April 9th. So mark that on your calendars. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Cheers. And I will see you next week right here on The Mash and Drum. Cheers. Love you all. Take care, folks. Where's my glass?